boys and girls, nieces and nephews, accountants and actuaries gather around the radio to take an adventure with Kankakee's favorite furry friend, Pistachio the Holiday Squirrel. Each winter in Kankakee, Illinois, the town becomes home to a very special and handsome gray squirrel. Pistachio takes up residence behind the clock tower in the Kankakee County Courthouse and keeps a watchful eye on the community. This has become difficult this year as he's started wearing bifocals and is still getting used to them. Each Christmas, our town's special squirrel spreads some holiday cheer in many unique, amazing, and some downright magical ways. The kids in Kankakee have always understood that certain unexplainable things happen every holiday season that can only be explained by a magical squirrel, specifically Pistachio the Holiday Squirrel. The grown-ups, on the other hand, well, grown-ups, they have a hard time believing a squirrel could talk, wear a belt, let alone do anything magical. So for the benefit of the grown-ups, so that they can understand too, we present this morning's episode, Pistachio the Holiday Squirrel, titled The Making of a Holiday Squirrel. December of 1947. He was a young, naive, adventurous squirrel, searching for nuts around the courthouse lawn, scurrying, running, dashing, jumping, and scurrying a little more. The standard sort of things average squirrels without magical powers spend the day doing. On this last evening before Christmas, the judges, they sauntered out of the courthouse disrobed, but luckily still wearing three-piece suits. Our squirrel friend noticed from a distance a small burlap sack with a hole in it was tied with a bow, but through the hole was dropping some nuts falling onto the sidewalk. Pistachio thought,
I have never seen such a nut. Small, blonde, and goodness, so hard to open.
By this point, the strange nuts had also caught the attention of fox squirrels, brown squirrels, and even those scraggly-tailed, nameless squirrels that are so sad-looking, but they frequent the courthouse lawn. As they gathered and investigated, they began to back away, sensing the nut was not indigenous to northern Illinois.
Really? None of you will even give this little nut a nibble? Don't believe all those stories about the dangers of green nuts.
Our furry friend found himself alone with the others, watching from a distance as if by some way the mysterious effects of the nut might rub off on them just by being too close. He took a bite, then another, and he shrugged his shoulders and gestured in an aw-shucks sort of squirrel gesture and said,
Really, you guys are missing out on this. Nom, 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 nom.
He finished one nut, and then the other, and the one last nut, which was as green as one of those forgotten Easter eggs he'd once bitten into on the courthouse lawn. His young squirrel belly started to rumble with the unusual and salty nuts as they stirred inside him. He turned over on his back, stretched out on the sidewalk with his skinny squirrel legs pointed up into the air. The others scurried back to him. Was he sick? Was he dead? His eyes opened, and the other squirrels gasped. His eyes were green. How will his special powers present themselves? How does a squirrel operate a record player to fine-tune his sense of humor with Bob Newhart albums? And when will he start spreading holiday cheer that he's become famous for? Find out next time on Pistachio the Holiday Squirrel, when we hear Pistachio say,
Well, Mr. State's Attorney, how about a key to the courthouse? Or I pass the word along to WKAN and the Daily Journal that you talk to squirrels. Okay, yes, thanks for the key. Wait, where do I put this? I have no pockets. I may need to start wearing pants.
That's next time on Pistachio the Holiday Squirrel. The Christmas squirrel.
Actually, I have very little to do with Christmas, and I'm not overly religious, and I am in town all winter long, really.
Okay, well, join us next time as we follow a furry friend that is as smart as an average human, but has exceptional math skills and a sense of humor and a lot of holiday cheer.
Talk to you later, kids.